marketing aspects of things. So
Yeah.
if the both of them could
Integrate.
Yeah, the best of
integrate
both.
or collaborate, correct, that would be the best case. But of course, that this is not going to happen. I just hope that they can coexist.
Yeah.
And that is a big plus point, for the whole industry.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
what Andreas Antonopoulos often says is you let like 1,000 flowers bloom, and you get like a whole ecosystem of different cryptos, and some make it and some don't. But he
True.
says it won't be just Bitcoin. It will be many different projects that will make it, and they'll focus on their own little niche, and they'll
True.
Like Chainlink, for example.
yeah.
True.
Yeah.
That's also how we see it. But of course, there's a lot of competition out there, so you have to make your brand. That's what Tron does best, of course. Justin Sun is really good at branding,
Yeah.
I guess. But then he's not so good at
Keeping
at rest.
the promise. Yeah.
Yeah, keeping his
Yeah.
promises for one thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, many projects actually, they tried their best to do what they can, but the bigger market forces, is going to recreate their vision, because
Yeah.
Tron or any other projects, will not know that
Yeah.
COVID is going to be that big, right? So right now at this current moment, I dare say that almost 90% of the projects are dead. You don't really see them too much during this period of time. Most of them are shut down. And then some try to survive with the minimum staff. And I think that is still good because you are trying to keep your brand alive.
Yeah.
While the other hand, there are a lot of other more scam-like projects that are also popping up during this COVID period, and this is going to be really bad for the industry, because those are the bad eggs that is
you actually
trying
want
to
them out.
correct, trying to get the money. But some of these bad eggs, they disguise themselves and modify themselves to look really good. I mean, they are not really good, but you can see that they are trying their very best, and they are still investors or retail investors putting their money into them.
Yeah.
And I
they
just
use
find that
buzzwords like 5G, AI, etc. And
right,
then
or quantum, or they disguise themselves in some of the chains, that we all know about. And the biggest issue for all these companies is that they do not have any underlying value.
No.
So to me, there's always two kinds of value. One kind of value would be more from the technical aspects.
Yeah.
You are like an Ethereum. There's no way you can say that Ethereum is bullshit, right?
No.
Ethereum has done a lot of good work in the blockchain space. Vitalik, yes, you're right. And the founders and the founding team, they are all very vocal about the technology that they have done. So I think that is one kind of a good value, right? Then the other kind of good value is that you do the correct amount of marketing to push your brand up, right?
Yeah.
So with that two combined together, that is considered a good project, right?
Yeah.
But if you look at the current trend right now, is that most of the projects out there, they do not have technology, or they are using a technology that is ridiculously available, open source, and then they are not spending too much on marketing. They just get a few KOL, think that they are like, they can influence quite a bit of people on Twitter. They'll just bring them in as advisor, promote him as an advisor, and then start to promote the project. But if you look at it this way, they have no technology. You know why? Because some of these products that they came out with, one is there's no need to have a blockchain.
No.
There's no need to have blockchain at all, right? So why do you need to raise money using that, right? Then the second issue is that even if there's a need to use blockchain, their MVP would have already been done, Uh,